Have you felt super sleepy with heavy eyelids, barely being able to keep them open, only to become wide awake the moment you lay down in your bed or the moment you put your head on the pillow? If so, you've experienced the Houdini effect, perhaps the most common, puzzling, and frightening experience that is often a part of insomnia. If you have experienced the Houdini effect, well, then this episode is perfect for you. We're going to understand why it happens. We're going to see that it is a feature, not a bug. And we're going to see how it fades thanks to your readiness for learning and doing some inner work. Well, again, yeah, thanks for being here. This, again, is a very, very, very common experience, feeling super sleepy with those like heavy, heavy eyelids and seeing that sleepiness apparently just vanish into thin air the moment we even just think about sleeping. Very, very common and puzzling. And I am actually very surprised that we haven't talked about the Houdini effect before. Well, we have talked about how sleepiness vanishes, but that was before we call it the Houdini effect quite a while back. So this is the Houdini effect episode in which we're going to talk about two topics: what the Houdini effect is and how it fades. So this class is divided into two sections. Number one, what the Houdini effect is, and number two, how it fades. So without further ado, let us jump in and look at what the Houdini effect is. I'm going to invite you to imagine something. Imagine that you are super sleepy, with those heavy eyelids, you're in bed, you're just about to drift off when you realize that you may have left the oven on. That thought just pops up like, whoa, wait, did I perhaps leave the oven on? Imagine the scenario and what happens next. Again, you were just about to drift off. You're so sleepy, and then that thought just popped up like, what if the oven's on? What happens next? Well, probably what happens next is that you go from being super sleepy to actually wide awake, because the brain is interpreting this situation as potentially dangerous. This is not a time for sleep, the brain says. This is a time to go up or go down or go sideways, wherever your oven is, and check on that oven to make sure it is off, right? So why am I talking about this? Well, I'm talking about this to illustrate how when the brain thinks we are in danger, it is not only natural, it's like important. It's crucial for the brain to make us wide awake. And this is not a time for sleep, right? That is what the brain is designed for: safety, right? Now, with this in mind, you may wonder, like, but there's no oven on. Like when this happens to me, there's really literally nothing going on. Totally hear that. And of course, this is what we're going to talk about next. Here's the thing. Insomnia happens when our brain has mistaken wakefulness as a threat. When our brain thinks that being awake at night or in the evening is not just a peaceful, or harmless state of mind, but it is something dangerous, something that shouldn't be happening, right? That is the root of insomnia. So with this in mind, we can see that when we're doing something in the evening, like we're watching TV or show, something like that, right? Then wakefulness is actually desirable. We want to be awake so we can, enjoy this TV show, for example, right? In this moment, wakefulness is not a threat to our brain, right? And this is why then sleepiness can be overwhelming, because the brain actually sees no reason for us not to sleep. So that sleep drive, that need for sleep in the body, can be really overwhelming. We can feel so sleepy when we're, for example, watching TV in the evening. But the moment we go to bed and that thought pops up, that is, what if I don't sleep? That is the moment when this like misidentification like shows itself, right? So in this moment, we go like, what if I don't sleep? What if sleep doesn't happen? It's the flip side of saying like, what if I become awake? What if wakefulness happens? What if wakefulness comes here, right? This is when we see the effect of wakefulness being identified as a threat. Our brain makes no difference between like a tangible physical threat, like the oven being on, or a perceived or kind of mistaken threat, which is wakefulness or not sleeping. So either one, leads to a fight or flight reaction. which includes this hyper alertness. So again, we can be super sleepy, just about to drift off, or we go to bed, and then the brain goes like, what if I don't sleep? And then the brain goes like, oh yeah, this is a threat. And then we become super, super awake. And now here's what I really, really want to emphasize whenever I talk about the Houdini effect. The Houdini effect proves that your brain is working exactly as designed. It's a feature, not a bug, you know? And the reason I really want to emphasize this is that some people think that this means something's wrong with me. I'm going crazy. Why is this happening? But it's totally opposite. This means that the brain is working exactly how it is designed to work, but it has been confused. There's just a confusion behind this. Wakefulness is actually not a threat. There's no need to react in this way, which leads us to our second part, the second part of this talk, which is how the Houdini effect fades. And the answer is going to be similar to, how many other things fades for those of you who are familiar with our channel here. It's really about education and awareness. When we no longer think that something is wrong with us, our fear fades. When we have this Houdini experience and we think, oh no, this means I'm going crazy. This means something is wrong. This shouldn't be happening. What's wrong with me? Then we become even more scared, and that scare keeps us awake. And that's the thing we've been scared of, which makes us have even more wakefulness and more fear, et cetera, et cetera. And that can really lead into more of an insomnia struggle. On the other hand, when we see that this Houdini effect is nothing strange, it's not even that interesting when we understand it. There's nothing really to ponder, right? Then the opposite happens, like our fear fades, we have actually less wakefulness, we have, less things that worry us, and things go from being in this, like, upwinding, like a vicious cycle, if you will, to like this downwinding and a virtuous cycle, and things get easier and easier. So this is how the Houdini effect, and really all other ways that we can experience fear, fades along with the fear fading, So again, education, willingness to do some inner work leads to where we want to be, which of course is a place of peaceful sleep and peace of mind that I wish for you. And I wish that this teaching on the Houdini effect has been really valuable. Thanks for today. And as always, if you have thoughts, questions, comments, please put them in the comment section, and look forward to having you back real soon. Bye for now.
Hi there, it's me, Coach Daniel. I hope you found a lot of value in the video you just watched. If you're looking for a bit more personalized support on your insomnia recovery journey, then head over to thesleepcrystal.com. I think it is the #1 resource for insomnia sufferers worldwide. And there you will find free programs as well as paid programs with certified sleep coaches. You can join a community of people who understand what you're going through because they've gone through it themselves, or they are on this journey of leading the struggle and arriving where they want to be, just like you, that place of peaceful sleep and peace of mind. So again, I hope the video that you just saw brought a lot of value to you. And if you're looking for a bit more personalized support on your journey, then head over to thesleepcoachschool.com. And if you decide to join, look forward to seeing you on the other side.